and if you're new, my name is Tamsin, and if you're returning, then welcome. And today in this video I wanted to talk about my anxiety and my symptoms I have, how I deal with it, what happened at school, all of that sort of snaz. So this probably just be like a really chatty video. The only reason I'm doing this is, one, so I can look back on it in like a few years and be like, oh, I've improved this, don't get this anymore. And also to help everyone else out, because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it, and I don't want to feel like, I felt like I was the only person ever to actually like have these problems, and I was like, am I crazy? Am I like crazy? I'm the only one that deals with this, but you're not alone. So I just wanted to do a little video and yeah, just share my experience with you, and yeah, we can all talk about it in the comments down below, what everyone else deals with, how people deal with it, and all just help each other out. I think that's so important. So I hope this video helps you, and let's get on. So to start with, I just want to start with my anxiety started when I was in year 10 in high school. So I don't know how old I was then. I would have been like 14, 15, I believe. Literally out of the blue, one day I felt really sick, and I was like, oh, I'm ill. Went home, wasn't ill or anything like that, I just didn't feel well for a few days. Then it was the summer holidays, which is like 6 weeks, I believe, and that whole 6 weeks I felt so ill, kept waking up during the night, needed fresh air, my stomach was really hurting. I did paper rounds and I kept like saying I wasn't going to do them because I just felt so ill. So it just started off like that, and then when I got back to school, I couldn't stay in classes because I felt like I was going to be sick everywhere. Never happened, but I just literally had this feeling in my throat that I was going to be sick. My stomach was always hurting. Yeah, I kept having to leave the class. A few times at school I did not even want to go. My mum obviously was like, no, you need to go to school, like it's important you go to school. And I think a few times I just didn't go, I refused to go, and my mum was like saying, no, you need to go to school. I was like, I'm not going. Massive argument, feeling sick, feeling ill. One of the times my pastoral manager had to come and actually get me from my home and bring me to school, which obviously wasn't very nice. But at that point I was just like, I feel so ill, I literally can't go to school, why doesn't anybody understand? But yeah, I was made to go to school, and throughout the day I felt better when I was distracted. And then it just kept happening that I just kept feeling sick. I mean, everyone's different, but my symptoms are like feeling sick. I'm terrified of being sick. So that's like probably one of the main reasons. I mean, I used to struggle saying the word, but I've got into my head that I need to keep saying it. I used to have a little like word for it. I used to call it cabbage instead of sick. And anyone that's close to me knows that that's what I used to do. And to be fair, sometimes to this day I just can't stand the word, and I still use the word cabbage. But now I just need to like get on with the word. And so yeah, at school I just really struggled. I ended up having an exit pass, which is like a little red card which said exit pass on it, and I could just show it up to the teacher and just walk out. Nearly every day I probably end up crying, and which is embarrassing, and like it was just horrible. I just wish I could have gone to school and enjoyed it, but wasn't scared of going to school, if that makes sense. I was just terrified I was going to be in class and be sick and everyone would laugh at me, or I just hate the thought of it. Like, it's really hard to explain. But when I actually met my boyfriend at school, and he said that he actually thought, because I was crying all the time, that maybe someone had passed away in my family or something like that. So I don't know what everyone else thought in my school, but at that point I'm just like, I'm so anxious about it. I just couldn't deal with being in the classes or anything like that. Yeah, so at school I did have a counsellor at school, which I had every single Monday morning. So I used to miss like philosophy, like every Monday, like most of philosophy. But to be honest, at that point I was just like, I don't really mind, I've just got to like get this sorted. And the counsellor really helped. I don't know what it was that she was doing, but it really helped. The whole of year 11 I hardly went out of any lessons, which was such a goal for me at that point, because I just constantly kept leaving the class, constantly missing things. Obviously that's not good when you're trying to do GCSEs and stuff like that. So she was really helpful. My pastoral manager was really helpful. She's lovely. She was always like, no, like at the point I was like, why are you doing this to me? But I used to like cry and say I don't want to go in, but she would force me back into that class and say, you need to go in, even with tears down my face, like, you need to go in. But you need somebody to be like that, because otherwise you're just gonna miss things. You're not gonna push yourself. You feel like you can't do it, but you know you can. You just gotta push through it. So at school it was a really difficult time. That's when it all started, and to this day I still have no idea where it came from. It just sprung from what I see as nowhere. So yeah, whilst I was at school it still happened. To this day it's still bad, but I don't feel like it's as bad as it has been. I'm trying so hard to do different techniques and talking about it, being more open, because I feel like if you're doing it by yourself, it's so hard. So yeah, nowadays, like obviously I work and stuff like that. I don't think I've ever had a day off because of it. I think maybe one time I went home because my stomach was really hurting and I was crying because of how much pain I was in. I think I did go home like halfway throughout the day, but any other time I've never been off because of it, which is like a goal really, because obviously some people need like mental health days to chill out, to do things. Doesn't mean you're ill, but like you need to have them days sometimes to go over things, have a relax, do what you need to do and everything like that. To this day I do some techniques and stuff like that, which I have made a video on if you want to check that out on my channel. I've just given some top tips and stuff like that on anxiety and ways you can calm yourself down. So those are the type of things that I do to this day. But I have had some more counselling sessions. They didn't really work that much for me. They did say maybe trying CBT would be better, but I just want to see what I can do by myself, because I just don't want to rely on somebody else to fix my problems, if you know what I mean, because realistically it is in my head and I know that, but it's so hard to actually accept that. And I think once you start accepting that you have anxiety, like this is me trying to accept I have anxiety by making anxiety videos, just because still to this day I'm like, I don't have anxiety. Like 1 minute you're fine, the next minute I'm feeling ill. But then when I feel ill, I don't think it's anxiety, I just think, oh, I'm ill. But I now know that literally every single symptom, example, getting hot at night time, like I sweat a lot during the night because I wake up and I'm boiling. Anxiety, you get hot. I feel dizzy a lot, but you literally can't faint, apparently, because I think it's like the opposite way round. Well, your blood is higher rather than low, I believe. I put my hands up, I don't really know. Also I get stomach cramps, I get sickness, like I feel sick, I get headaches. So those are the type of symptoms I get. Is more like feeling ill. I think a lot of other people get all different types of symptoms, so just let us know down in the comments down below so everyone can have a look at what type of symptoms everybody else gets. So I think it's important that everyone understands that they're not by themselves, and like, you know, you're not crazy. Because I used to have a lot of people saying like, you're doing it for attention, you're not actually ill, all this. I'm like, I'm not an attention seeker. Like, I'd rather just go to school or go to work and be 100% fine and nobody's in my business, and, you know, keep myself to myself. I'm not like, you know, I'm that sort of person. And obviously then that brings you down when people are like, oh, you're faking it, or you're doing this, you're doing that. Just because you're not physically showing symptoms does not mean that something's not going on. Like, it's like if, for example, this is like an example, my mum has arthritis and she's always in pain all the time, and that's like somebody saying to her, you're not in pain, you're attention seeking, you're lying, just because you can't physically see that she's in pain. So if someone had their, I don't know, foot broken and you could see their bones sticking out and they're like, oh my god, I'm in pain, you wouldn't ever dare say to them, you're faking it, like, you're lying, would you? Like, just because you can't physically see that there's something wrong with somebody does not mean that they're not feeling that. And also I have found that a lot of it just comes from literally nowhere. Like, you can just be sat chilling, talking, having a laugh, then the next minute you sat there quiet, upset, and you're feeling ill. It literally can be like that. Literally can be like that. And it's like, it's hard for people to understand. Like, my boyfriend still doesn't get it to this day. I mean, he's tried his best, but to this day I don't think he still understands it 100%. I mean, I don't even understand it 100%, but, you know, 1 minute we're sat giggling and laughing, and then the next minute I'm quiet and he's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm ill. And he's like, well, that came out of nowhere. I mean, not being nasty, but like, you know, it literally comes out of absolutely nowhere sometimes. I know everybody has a bit of anxiety, but I know a lot of people have it worse. I mean, it's not a competition, but like people have it worse than others. People have panic attacks, that sort of stuff. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped. I know it's like a just sit down chatty video. I don't know how you feel about sit down chatty videos, but I just think I need to get the word out there and and see what everyone else's symptoms are, how everyone else deals with it. So let us know in the comments down below. If you want any other related videos like this, then just comment down below and also let me know. And I hope this was helpful, because I just want to be helpful. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.